And a very good day to all my viewers out there. It is Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. It's exactly 1:06, almost 1:07 p.m. now. And we're here in downtown Montreal. Welcome to February, by the way. And for this edition of our Wednesday Walks video, we're going to be walking on Sainte-Catherine Street, which is coming up. You can see it right here, running perpendicular to this street, which is Drummond. We are going to go to Sainte-Catherine Street in a minute. We're going to be walking westbound, but first I just wanted to show my viewers something here, a little extra, little bonus. This is where my most popular video was filmed, right here, that garbage truck fire, right in this location. This is where the garbage truck was, and this is where, of course, they were putting the fire out in the back of it. I was filming from over there, the other side of the street mostly, so just wanted to share that with my viewers, for anyone that may be interested. But what we'll do is, like I said, for this walking video, we're going to be going to Sainte-Catherine Street, and I'll be turning right coming up. Right now we're facing south, and behind me here is north. You can kind of see Montreal. And this is, I think, the first time that I've ever filmed a walking Wednesday Walks video on the same day that I'm uploading it and presenting it. I just want to make sure I clarify a couple of things. First of all, that I know I did a poll asking my viewers recently about what I should do for my next walking video, and majority of you voted, well, almost the majority voted in favor of a walk on Lac Saint Louis, the frozen river in the West Island, section of the St. Lawrence River known as Lac Saint Louis. Usually I do that walk right off of Beaconsfield, but because of the weather lately, I didn't get a chance to do that because, of course, we had a lot of snowstorms, and it wouldn't make sense to film when there's too much snow. You can't really see anything. So I figured, I'll postpone that specific walking video for another day. Even this weekend is a little bit iffy. It will have to be done on a weekend, by the way, because I want some daylight. But this weekend's going to be very cold. We're talking about minus 40 degrees Celsius. With the wind, minus 40 degrees, I think it's, yeah, minus 40 degrees Celsius, and could go down to minus 44 Celsius, which, by the way, is the same temperature in Fahrenheit, I believe. Minus 44 Fahrenheit, minus 44 Celsius. Look at those icicles up there. Yeah, so basically my plan is to film this video, upload it tonight, and I'm going to be doing a premiere as usual for my walking video. So if you're live right now watching, and you're in the chat, welcome. If you're watching I guess rerun of it or recording of it, well, also welcome. For me right now, I'm actually just going to walk probably maybe 10-15 minutes or so, and take a walk to Supermarché PA to get some cheese for my pasta that I bought for lunch today. So I figured, you know what, this would be a good theme for a walking video. We have some very light flurries falling right now here in the downtown core. This is, of course, probably the busiest section of downtown Montreal where we are right now. And of course, this is, like I said, Sainte-Catherine Street, specifically Sainte-Catherine Street West, because Sainte-Catherine Street is so long, it has an east and a west section. For all you Apple fans, by the way, there's the Apple store. Me, I'm an Android kind of guy, as you may know. Speaking of which, Samsung today, I think, has its event, its main event. It's called the Unpacked event, if I remember. They're going to be releasing the Samsung S23 lineup, so we'll see what that's like. Of course, I'm using the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. There's a nice view of Mount Royal, by the way, facing north. Oh, we're at a traffic light here. Try to zoom in. And as I've said many times, if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, anything like that, just leave it in the comment section. Leave it on any of my community posts. I do reply to every comment I receive and every question. I know some viewers though were mentioning that some of their comments weren't coming through, weren't being posted on my videos. So I don't know what the problem was there. I know in the comment settings there's an option that you click on and it says comments held for review. So I don't know if there's something going on with that, because I clicked on it and there's no comments that are being held. Oh, check out this, we got an EXO bus here. Is that? Yeah, it's an Autobus Skyport. Must be an EXO must be leasing. Not sure where that bus is going. Maybe get a quick view of it here on the next corner. He's having a hard time. $590, is it 5901? 5907? Yeah, 5901 EXO bus. Now, of course, for those of you that aren't familiar with our transit system, this is EXO right here. You see that logo? These are our main transit authority that basically gets you between the cities. And I'm talking about, for example, if you want to take a bus from Montreal to, let's say, Saint Jerome, or Montreal to Varennes or Sorel or whatever, Valleyfield, Dumontagne. There's an STM bus. Those, of course, stay within the boundaries of Montreal, the island of Montreal, which is a Zone A. They've redone all the zones. Montreal is Zone A. Laval and Longueuil is Zone B. And I think other places like Saint Jerome and other places that are just outside of Zone B are obviously Zone C. And then you have Zone D, which is outside of the territory of the ARTM. And the ARTM is in charge of EXO, STM, which is the Montreal bus that we just saw, the last one. EXO being the bus we just saw before that one. There are ARTMs also in charge of the RTL, which is Longueuil, also STL, Laval. And yeah, that's pretty much what they do. They determine the prices and whatnot, and they recently came into existence within the last few years to try to simplify things, and they're the ones that are coming out with all these fare reforms and zones and whatnot recently within Montreal and the surrounding area. I will post a link on the video description if you want to see the different zones, if you're curious. There's also some good information on the actual fares that will be on that website as well, so you can kind of get a look at, you know, familiarize yourself if you're ever traveling to the area. If you're just planning to stay in Montreal and travel within Montreal, well, Zone A is all you need. But there's a lot of details about that fare reform, which, like I said, I'll post the link and you can read it for yourself. Here's the Concordia University main campus. And of course, there's also a campus on in Montreal West, not the West Island, Montreal West, which is right beside Montreal West Station, the Loyola campus it's called. Bright sun. And a lot of fellow YouTubers and whatnot have mentioned lately, we haven't been lucky with the sun. We haven't had much sun. We've had a lot of clouds and snow, and well, this weekend we're getting some more snow, I believe, a few centimeters, and also frigid cold temperatures as well. So we're talking, like I said, minus 40s. There's an old bank building, which is still a bank, but is going under renovations right now, undergoing some brickwork or whatever. So we'll go underneath this little walkway here, and like I said, I'm making my way east. And if you don't live in a city or you haven't been to a big city, well, look at this. This is what you see every day. And this being Sainte-Catherine Street, well, probably arguably the most busiest street in the city. I think it used to be Saint Laurent Boulevard. Saint Laurent Boulevard's still pretty busy. Saint Laurent was known as the main. Still is known as the main, but I would argue Sainte-Catherine Street is busier right now, at least in the present. This vehicle here is for fixing potholes. It's a mobile pothole repair vehicle. Now, if you want to know what potholes are, well, they're basically holes that develop in the road, minor holes, and they call them potholes because, well, you can literally place a pot inside of them. And Montreal is very famous for potholes, as well as very famous for cones, construction. You know, that's one of the Montreal infamous symbols, is the orange construction cone. Alright, so we're making our way up to our next intersection here, which is St. Matthew Street. And I think that's where Fire Station 10 is on this street. This building here has some different stores in it. Has a market, has a food court as well, a small food court. But the food court's pretty, I don't even know if the food court's still there, because they put that new, I think it was an Asian supermarket, they just put Nuon right there, Marché Nuon. And I think where that supermarket is, that's where the food court used to be. If you're interested in a little geography, here's where we are. Yeah, so we're here, right here, where this red arrow is. And we are walking this way. And, oh sorry, we are walking this way in the east direction. No, sorry, we're walking in the west direction, yes. We are walking west. A little disorientated there. So yeah, we're walking west. Maybe I'll walk to Atwater. I think I will walk to Atwater. Plaza Lexus Neon, the old Montreal Forum. There's some street clean crews. These go back to the earliest days of the city, where they had workers cleaning the streets and the sidewalks by hand. For you Arctic bus, Nova bus articulated bus fans, that one's for you. That's the 165 route probably. Nova bus LFS articulated model. Yeah, 165 from the year 2011. Now look at this, we got some snow removal going on. You can tell because, well, there's a big snowbank. Big snowbank in the middle of the street. I was going to go to Supermarket PA, but I think I'm just going to go to Atwater and maybe the Adonis store there and get some cheese there, I'm not sure. So yes, just to clarify, we are walking westbound. So my plan is to do this walking video, upload it and premiere it and post it by 8 p.m. tonight. And just in time for my, I think I'm going to do it from now on actually, my uploading time for my Wednesday walks. I think I'll put them on Wednesday evenings. Then that way I could do a premiere and, you know, chat with my viewers. Alright, so we're continuing our trek here west. Sidewalks, as you can see, seem pretty clear. A lot of slush with that cold weather coming in. That Arctic vortex, well, this is all going to freeze probably. You'll notice a lot of these businesses on Sainte-Catherine Street, they have basically a restaurant on the bottom or a business on the bottom, and up top you have your apartments and whatnot. This here, this restaurant, Star Noodles, personally my favorite place for noodles and Chinese food and whatnot. That's just my opinion. Here on the corner of Sainte Catherine and Saint Mark. Here's Saint Mark. These are relatively recent, these beautiful little patches of greenery here. Well, it's not green now because it's winter, but you can imagine in the summer what it looks like. Look, we even got some nice birds there right now. Another view facing north. Yeah, and definitely it is getting colder, even though it's only Wednesday. So this walking video is not going to be too long. It's not going to be like the old port one that was an hour, but it'll be long enough that you can at least see Sainte-Catherine Street from where we started on Drummond all the way to probably Atwater. And yeah, this wind, especially the wind, that's what makes the cold even worse. This used to be an Italian restaurant at one point. Now it's an Asian restaurant. Just so as to show you the diversity of the city and how it changes over time. And there's of course Dollarama, but if you look up top above the Dollarama sign, that's an old Midland Motor Sales sign. You'll see these a lot in Montreal in the older buildings. I call them ghost signs. It's basically imprints from the past of old businesses that used to occupy those spaces. Look at that snowdrift. There's a car dealership. This used to be a Provigo. Provigo I used to frequent. They tore it all down and rebuilt it as a dealership and housing complex, I think. Okay, coming up now to Fort in Sainte Catherine. This building is also pretty famous because, well, just have radio stations in there, CJD 800, amongst others. Man, that wind. There's Supermarché PA, by the way. That's where I was intending to go. But like I said, I'm going to tough it out and go to Atwater Avenue, Atwater Street, whatever you want to call it. I may even, yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to go to the Adonis. We'll see. Wait for this light to change. Like I said, beautiful blue sky today. A few clouds, not many. You can see that wind is picking up, and you may or may not know what wind chill is. Basically, wind chill is the temperature, what it feels like on your body, on your skin. So basically, you have your regular temperature. Let's say it's minus 20, and if there's no wind, well, it's going to feel like minus 20. But as soon as you have wind, the wind breaks the layer of warmth that surrounds your body, basically, and allows that cold air to penetrate you, so it feels even colder. So the stronger the wind, the lower the wind chill will be, the lower the temperature, at least what it will feel like. Sort of like the humidex in the summertime, you know, I think in the US they call it the heat index. Well, you have your regular temperature, let's say it's 30 degrees, and this is all Celsius, by the way, I'm talking about, but let's say you have a 30-degree temperature, but the humidity is very, very high, the water content of the air. That water content prevents you from sweating, so that heat basically stays enclosed where your body is, so it feels a lot warmer than it actually is. Oh, that beautiful dog. Big one. So yeah, that's pretty much, if you're not familiar. So whenever you hear wind chill and humidex or heat index, that's what it feels like. This is Chamonix Street. This is a street where we do have a lot of crime from time to time. Really shady. Not to be confused with Chamedy, which is in Laval, which ironically is a sector of Laval, I believe, that has a lot of crime. So anyway, here's the Adonis now. And you know what, we'll go all the way to the Montreal Forum, the old Montreal Forum, because you know what, it's historical. Maybe my viewers would like to see it. What time is it right now? It's only 1:27 p.m. So yeah, I have time to get a little bit of cheese and hop back on the metro and go back to work. Near Guy Concordia, Guy Concordia. This here is an old building as well, this one. You can tell just by the design looking at it. And keep walking here. There are a lot of sirens. I'm not sure if there's something going on somewhere, perhaps. Maybe I did get a notification. I didn't get a chance to check it yet for the Montreal Fire Department. I don't know if it's a gas leak maybe or a fire somewhere. I'll check that when I stop filming. So now we're coming up to Lambert Closs Street. This is Lambert Closs right here. And finally, well, this is where the old Forum used to be. This is where the Montreal Forum, Montreal Canadiens hockey team used to play. And where they had the Summer Olympics, some sports in here as well. What is that? Oh, that's not actually a emergency vehicle siren. That's actually the tow truck down there. Sounds like an emergency vehicle siren, but they're actually trying to get vehicles out of the way that are parked, that shouldn't be parked. Yeah, so this is Cabot Square. And here it is, the famous Montreal Forum. This was, of course, closed down to make way for the Bell Center. And of course, this is where, like I said, there was hockey games and whatnot. And I think it was 1997 or so when they closed. And now it's basically an entertainment complex. You got restaurants in there, an arcade, all kinds of different things. Used to be a big store in there called Future Shop, which was an electronics computer store. They closed down. They got taken over by Best Buy, but the location that was in here closed. All right, so here we are. This is Atwater, Avenue Atwater. For those of you that are living in Montreal, you probably know this intersection, really famous. Atwater and Sainte-Catherine. A lot of times this is where this parade starts, St. Patrick's Day parade and whatnot. But not anymore. The St. Patrick's Day parade, I think, has been moved further east. Oh, look at this. What is this? Oh, wow. That ain't an EXO bus, that's for sure. Man. Can't see the license plate. Anyway, I'm going to wrap her up here, guys. So thanks for watching. And as always, hit the like button. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell. And as I always say, more videos to come. Have a good day, everybody.